Hello everyone, welcome to episode 7 of our My Team Career Mode, and can I just say, this is the craziest race I have ever had in an F1 game. It had to be on F1 2020, the best one they've ever released in my opinion, and, well, I'm sure you've read the title, guys. That's how many people were running in the game, in the race. I believe it was 13 DNFs, which is crazy. Now, I will fully fledged say it was my fault. I will say that. It was my fault, the DNFs. But, I mean, do we have to add that bit in? Nah, I don't think we do. I've already said if you want to skip straight to the race, it is 120. We've also got a new livery for this, for the rest of the season. I believe a lot of people are getting fed up with the black, so I decided to go for a white with a black halo, which I'm sure most of you guys know how to do. But qualifying, we've replaced the engine components, and we have a lot of penalties. So we pretty much just skipped qualifying. We didn't even set a lap time in, and that was qualifying. But anyway, guys, let's get into this race.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo Casino, first opened in 1863. And, of course, a certain road race, first held here in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We already see the lowest average speeds of the season here at the Circuit de Monaco, and they'll be even lower in the difficult conditions today. 19 corners make up this famous 2-mile track, and with the rain, it'll be even harder than usual to get that critical heat into the tyres. Don't be surprised if we see a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson. Why don't we start by talking about Valtteri Bottas? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
There are never any guarantees in this business, but certainly the performance last time out would have boosted their confidence coming into this one.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Hamilton, Leclerc, Sergio Perez, and Ricciardo, Albon, Vettel, Gasly, and Carlos Sainz. Norris, Raikkonen, Lance Stroll, and Grosjean, Ocon, Kvyat, Kevin Magnussen, and Antonio Giovinazzi, Latifi, Correa, Russell, and the rookie. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can...
So everyone, rain at Monaco, 13 DNFs yet to come, and it is lights out, and away we go for the Monaco GP. Originally a terrible start for us, not even making a single position except for challenging the Williams of Russell and also Latifi, who's going to be behind us. He does get a little bit of wing damage. A lot of oversteer and understeer is going to happen for us in this race. I did not realise it was going to be wet, so we're putting on the downforce for this, which was not good. It really wasn't. We were spinning and spinning. I feel like you can't do race rain without a steering wheel in this game. As we go ahead and look for a move on the Williams of Russell, we've got Latifi behind us. Russell is going to be the problem here. Obviously, this chicane is very slow on the first lap, and it is impossible on a controller as well. But we do eventually get the move done on Russell. We do get an illegal overtake. We just hold back a little bit, but we do still get the move done, and we get in front of Russell and up into P19. Obviously, we're going to want a bit of a higher position. Obviously, we're actually aiming for a P14, but I mean, that's pretty fully fledged with the title. Lap 1, though, we're going to have to try and hold back Russell as good as we can. We are going to have terrible race pace here. I'm terrible in the wet, and feeling this car, it was not fun to drive in the wet. It wasn't. It just really wasn't. I did not enjoy it. It just felt like it didn't feel like an F1 car, guys. The Williams just powering it through there. I just hated it. I gave him the position. I felt like, you know what, let's just give him it. Latifi's just gone into the pits, which is because of a bit of wing damage, which definitely didn't cause. Yeah, it was pretty much a terrible race for us today, and I'm really hoping to bring it back and have a good race next time. I mean, terrible start, sorry. I mean, it was a brilliant race. It was so interesting. But for the next Grand Prix, which is Azerbaijan, going into the pits as well because of wind damage, we have, I believe, 5 pit stops this race, all because of wind damage. But what I was going to say is, next race is going to be Azerbaijan at Baku. And that is really where our Mercedes engine really has to do well. And I believe in, for that race, we're going to have a major drag reduction upgrade come in, which is going to be amazing. That will help us in the car a lot. However, it's going to be pretty difficult to keep because, I mean, a drag reduction upgrade, I'm not one of those players that I don't have force feedback or out like that. I hate racing with it. If I get a racing wheel, I'll obviously put it on. That's what you're paying for. Force feedback as well as 960 degrees turning. But yeah, so I cannot feel. You know what? The tires, Bono, the tires are gone. You can't feel it on a controller. It's just like tire wear, too much downforce. I can't feel the downforce. I mean, I know when a car doesn't have downforce, but like you can't feel it. Obviously, we're gonna have to come back into the pits though. Coming on to Casino Square. Terrible with turn names as well. I cannot remember that. Seriously, I cannot remember stuff. But yes, we're about to get to the hairpin, and it is going to be it's not going to be like a lap like that. So we're trailing, I believe, in last place here. Okay, now it's definitely last place. Yeah, I can't do the turn. Another pit stop now. I could not do the turn. It was impossible on a controller, but we're still going to keep it. We're still going to go. We're still going to fight, and we're going to try not to get a DNF, really. That's what I was going for, because I didn't want to waste money, but now we are getting overlapped in the 25% race. 93 difficulty. This car was horrible to drive in the rain. It just was. I hated it. We were banging walls left, right, and centre, so it really wasn't good, and we were really trying to have a good race today, over in Monte Carlo, but obviously that's gone now. I really wanted to get like first points, because obviously if you want points, right, you need a good qualifying, because that's really where you get like the points. And here it starts. We hit Perez, and that's all it needed. As you can see, Ocon is the first to go. A disqualification. Yes, that is the first person to go, and the next two will surprise you. So you would have thought, oh yeah, the leaders will like stay and all that. No, they will not. Coming out of the pit lane now, getting ready to go back to the hairpin. Obviously we have the other Ferrari. I believe we're getting overlapped yet again. We have to let go because of blue flags and all that stupid stuff. But we're gonna go ahead, see if we can actually see if it's like normal. I was fully fledged expecting. I've never said that. I was full on expecting it to be normal and like not weird at all. Yeah, well that went well. So yes, we go ahead and pull up, and whoa, what is this? Oh, it's just people in the traffic jam. You know, the huge. And that's Hamilton and Verstappen gone. Yeah, both of them. Hamilton and Verstappen disqualified. We're up into P19. This is brilliant, guys. We're doing incredible this race. Yes, this does like take a hit on the season. Obviously, it will be normal next season as Juan Mil Correa, our teammate, actually gets disqualified. That's Lando gone, sadly. Love the guy. But yeah, it really does take a hit because of where like Alfa Romeo finished, Williams and all that. They're the type of cars that actually didn't get disqualified, which was annoying. Obviously, we get our first points of the season, and that will help us with our main sponsor. But like, it was a bit of a one-off race. This will never happen again in the series. Never. As we get to it again, obviously the Ferrari, the Alfa Romeo behind us, we're unlapping ourselves here. Yellow flags outweighs blue flags, really. Because it does, I guess. But look, we're above Raikkonen now, which is good. Trying to get up. Was that our DRS like broken? I swear that was our DRS broken. I'm gonna have a look at that again, guys. Alright, just went ahead and looked at it. No, it wasn't our DRS. In fact, that was still green. Doing another blue flags. Honestly, I never thought I'd have to do it. But Monaco, you know what? Next time, I'm just gonna DNF. It's the easiest thing to do. Skip it. You know, put a black screen or something. It is so much easier than doing this. And by this I mean literally we're in P16. When we really, and like, already, and I say this with good thing, 5 people have been disqualified. There's Danny Ricciardo going into the pits now, lap 8. So we've already had some people going into the pits because of wing damage and all that from these. We have Kvyat behind us, who I believe, luckily we don't have to blue flag. But that is going to be another position, I believe. So up into P15, and can we get some more back? Well, of course we can. It's another yellow flag in the exact same position because it is carrying on. Oh my god, what happened? We're going up and up in positions, up and up and up and up and up. It's crazy race. I never expected this, yet it happened. I cannot believe it. I will actually show you the Constructors' Championship and the Drivers' Championship as Charles Leclerc goes ahead and gets disqualified. Yeah, he kind of just bashed into us. So what people are actually getting disqualified for, in case you don't actually know, they're getting disqualified for stopping on track. And luckily, because we're human, we can avoid this. However, they can't, which is obviously the reason. We're up into P6 now, which is a brilliant race, can I just say. And it's really not realistic, so this race is going to be a one-off, never happen again. If it ever happens again in a series, I will restart the whole session and redo the race. So if it gets to a Monaco race, yeah, you know what's happened. Yes, this has happened, and I've had to redo the whole race. But we're doing okay. Monte Carlo, to say that it's my least favourite track, and yes, it is. We're doing decent, really. So we went into the pits again there. Sorry if I stopped. That's me yawning. Yeah, very professional. So yeah, Monte Carlo, to say this is my least favourite track, we're doing pretty well, mainly because we caused a whole chain of events. And yeah, I take fully blame for it. It carries on a couple of laps. We get a few positions from it, and I hated it. I honestly, when it happened, I remember thinking, how am I meant to fit this in a video? So we have Gasly and Giovinazzi in second, who is, I believe, actually a lap in front of us. So he is up, then a Williams just turns into us. That's what's happening, guys. That is the reason that all of this is happening and all that, and it's carrying on, because AI do not know about this stuff. I may have to, I'm thinking of sending this into, how about Reddit? I actually might do that, because that could be pretty cool. I mean, however, if I actually do that. But anyway, let's get back into the video. So lap 10 now, we're in P4. We're getting near to the end of the video, mainly because literally nothing else happens after what we do next. We're gonna go ahead, and we're gonna go ahead and pit. So I'm doing this because yellow wing, it doesn't happen to us again, and the position we get when we pit is the finishing position. Oh no, we don't pit this lap. Well, when we pit next lap is going to be our finishing position, which is, in case you're wondering, a P7 finish. 6 points, because it goes 10 is 1, 9 is 2, 8th is 4, and then 7 is 6. Yeah. So we get 6 points from this, which is pretty good. But it'll help us with our sponsor. So for our sponsor, what we've said is we want 2 points for finishers, which means like another 10th or something like that. Woo! That'll be brilliant. But our first point, in this way, I'm not really counting it as our first point because it kind of isn't our first point. It kind of isn't. I believe that's actually like the whole thing has stopped now. Yeah, it has. So we're in P3 right now. I really shouldn't have pitted. If I didn't pit, I could have kept like a good P4, P5 or something. But what's unrealistic is like Russell and all that getting so good points, and we go down into P7. I'm really annoyed with myself because of this, because we could have got like we could have got P6 at least, but Gasly is gone ahead and took that off us. But yeah, guys, that has been it for the race, and that is the Monaco GP. A little bit of a weird race, I will give you that. Half wasn't expecting that, but we're gonna get into the last lap. In case you're wondering, yeah, I know it's lap 18, but Danny Ricciardo is gonna win this race. Yeah, this will mess up the season, but it is gonna put it interesting because we're gonna want to get a 0 to hero. We want to start. We don't want to be 10th in the constructors. We want to be 7th. Really? Obviously, I want to get like above Renault in the R&D and all that, but that is going to take a while. And let's get into the podium celebrations, everybody. It's P7, 6 points.
It's the one that everyone wants to win, and they've only gone and done it. What a fantastic result here at Monaco. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Renault team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their drivers walk out. It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team.
So as you can see, we've actually one of the only ones that's actually stayed in the same position for the drivers, but the constructors, we're now 10th. I want to get up to 8th and overtake Williams, but we're going to probably want a couple